He will come straight. Look you lay to him, and tell him that his pranks have been too broad to bear with, and that your grace has screened and stood between much heat and him. I'll silence me even here, and pray you be round of him.
Mother! Mother! Mother!
I'll warrant you, fear me not, withdraw, and hear him coming.
Now, Mother, what's the matter?
Hamlet, thou hast thy father much offended?
Mother, you have my father much offended.
Come, you answer with an idle tongue.
Go, you question with a wicked tongue.
Why, how now, Hamlet?
What's the matter now?
Have you forgot me?
No, by the rude, not so. You are the queen, your husband's brother's wife. And were it not so, you're my mother.
Nay, then I'll set those to you that can speak.
Come, sit you down. You shall not budge. You go not till I set you up a glass where you may see the inmost part of you.
What thou wilt do? Thou wilt not murder me? Help ho.
What? Ho? Help? How now, a rat?
Thou hast slain me.
Oh me, what hast thou done?
Nay, I know not. Is it the king?
Oh, what a rash and bloody deed is this?
A bloody deed? Almost as bad, good mother, as kill a king and marry with his brother.
As kill a king?
Aye, lady, it was my word. Thou wretched, rash, intruding fool, farewell. I look thee for thy better. Take thy fortune. Thou find'st to be busy is some danger. Leave wringing of your hands. Peace, sit you down. And let me wring your heart, for I shall it be made of penetrable stuff. It damned custom had not brazen it that it be so proof and bulwark against sense.
What have I done, that thou darst wag thy tongue in noise so rude against me?
Such an act that blurs the grace and blush of modesty, called virtue hypocrite, takes off the rose from the fair forehead of an innocent love, and sets a blister there, makes marriage vows, and false as discer's oaths. Oh, such a deed, as from the body of contraction plucks that very soul and sweet religion makes a rhapsody of words. Heaven's face glows, and o'er the solidity and compound mass with heated visage, as against the doom, is thought sicked at the act.
I mean, what act? Thou roars so loud and thunders in the index?
Here, upon this picture on this, the counterfeit presentment of two brothers. See what a grace was seated on this brow, Hyperion's curls, the front of Jove himself, and eyes like Mars, to threaten and command a station like the herald Mercury, new lighted on a heaven-kissing hill. A combination in form indeed, where every god would see to set his seal, to give the world assurance of a man. This was your husband. Look you now what follows. Here's your husband like a mildewed ear, blasting his wholesome brother. Have you eyes? Could you have on this fair mountain leave to feet and batten on this moor? Have you eyes? You cannot call it love, for at your age the heyday is the blood is tame. It's humble and waits upon the judgment. And what judgment would step from this to this? Sense sure you have, else could you not have motion, but sure that sense is apoplexed. But madness could not err, nor sense to ecstasy were narrowed notes so thralled. But it's to reserve some quantity of choice to serve is such a difference. What devil was it that thus has cozened you to a hoodman blind? Eyes without feeling, feeling without sight, ears without hands or eyes, smelling sans all, or but a sickly part of one sense truth, could not so moan. Oh shame, where is thy blush? Rebellious hell, if thou canst mutine in a matron's bone, so flaming youth let virtue be as wax and melt in her own fire. Proclaim no shame when the compulsive ardor gives a charge, since frost itself as actively doth burn, and reason panders will.
Oh, Hamlet, speak no more. Thou turnest my eyes into my very soul, and there I see such black ingrained spots, as will not leave their tinct.
Nay, but to live in the rank sweat of an unseamed bed, stewed in corruption, hunting and making love with a nasty sty.
Oh, speak to me no more. These words like daggers enter my ears. No more, sweet Hamlet.
A murderer, a villain, a slave that is not 20th part the tithe of your precedent lord. A vice of kings, a cut purse of the empire and the rule, that from a shelf of precious diadems stole and put in his pocket.
No more.
A king of shreds and patches. Save me and whore over their wings, you heavenly guards. What with your gracious figure?
Alas, he's mad.
Do you not come your tardy son to chide? That lapsed in time and passion lets go by thou important act in your dread command. Oh, say!
Do not forget! This visitation is but to whet thy almost blunted purpose. But look amazement on thy mother sits. Oh, step between her and her country, in weakest body, strongest words, speak to her, Hamlet.
How is it with you, lady?
Alas, how is it with you? That you do bend your eye on vacancy, and without incorporeal air do hold discourse, for that your eyes, your spirits wildly peep, and as the sleeping soldiers in the alarm, your bedded hair, like life in excrements, start up and stand and end, O gentle sun. Upon the heat and flame of the distemper, sprinkle cool patience, whereon do you look?
On him! Look how pale he glares. His form and cause conjoined, preaching to stones, would make them culpable. Do not look upon me, lest with a piteous action you convert my stern effects, that when I had to do with will true color, tears perchance for blood.
To whom do you speak this?
See nothing there.
Nothing at all, yet all I see.
Nor did you nothing hear?
No, nothing but ourselves.
Why, look there! Look how it steals away! My father in his habit as he lived! Look where he even goes now out a portal!
This is very coinage of your brain. This bodiless creation ecstasy is very cunning in.
Ecstasy? My pulse is yours doth, temperately keep time, and makes healthful music. It is not madness that I have uttered. Bring me to the test, and I will matter every wee word with madness will gamble from. Mother, for thy love of grace, lay not that flattering unction to your soul, that not your trespass, but my madness speaks. It will not but skin and film ulcerous place, whilst rank corruption, mining all within, infects unseen. Confess yourself to heaven, repent what's past, and avoid what is to come, and do not spread the compost on the weeds, to make them rancor. Forgive me, this my virtue, for in the faintness of these pursy times, virtue itself of vice must pardon beg. Ye curb and woo for leave to do him good.
Oh, Hamlet, thou hast left my heart in twain.
Oh, throw away the worst part of it, and live the pure with the other half. Good night, but go not to my uncle's bed. Assume a virtue you have it not. That monster custom who all sense doth eat of habits, devil is angel yet in this? That to the use of actions fair and good he likewise gives a frock or livery that aptly is put on. Refrain tonight, that shall lend a kind of easiness to the next abstinence. The next more easy, for use almost can change the stamp of nature in either. The devil or throw him out with wondrous potency. Once more, good night. And when you are desirous to be blessed, I'm blessing beg of you. For this same Lord I do repent. But heaven hath pleased it so to punish me with this, and this with me, that I must be their scourge and minister I will bestow him, and will answer well the death I gave him. So again, good night. I must be cruel only to be kind. This bad begins and worse remains behind. One word more, good lady.
What shall I do?
Not this by no means, but I bid you do. Let the blow king tempt you to bed. Pinch one tongue on your teeth. Call you his mouth and lent for a pair of reachy kisses, or paddling in your neck with his damned fingers. Make you ravel all this matter out that I essentially am not in madness, but mad in craft. 'Twere good you let him know, for that's but a fair queen, fair, sober, wise, would from a paddock, from a bat, a give, such dear concerning his hide? What would do so? No, in despite of sense and secrecy, and peg the baskets on the house's top. Let the birds fly, and let the famous ape to try conclusions in the basket creep, and break your own neck down.
Be thou assured of words to be made of breath, and breath of life. I have no life to breathe, what thou hast to said to me.
I must to England, you know that.
Alack, I had forgot, 'tis so concluded on.
There's letters sealed, and my two schoolfellows who I will trust as I adder's fame, they bear the mandate. They must sweep my way, and marshal me to knavery. Let it work, for 'tis a sport to have the engineer hoist with his own petard, and shall go hard that I delve 1 yard below thy mind, and blow them onto the moon. Oh, 'tis most sweet when it is one line two crafts directly meet. This man shall send me packing. I'll lug the guts into the neighbor room. Mother, good night indeed. This counselor is now most still, most secret, and most grave, who was in a life of fooling foolish, prating knave. Come, sir, to draw toward an end with you. Good night, mother.